Is medical marijuana tax deductible? In this video, I'll be answering a common question that I've been getting asked a lot. Are medical marijuana expenses tax deductible? Great question. With lots of states legalizing marijuana, it's all very interesting. If marijuana is legal in your state, then you'll want to watch this video. Later on, I'll explain who can deduct medical expenses and how to deduct them on your personal tax return. Hi, my name's Noel Lorenzana and I'm an accountant. On the federal level, marijuana remains illegal. The federal government classifies marijuana along with heroin and cocaine as a Schedule I drug. It's described as high potential for abuse with little to no medical benefit. Okay. As a result of the conflict between federal and state law, residents in some states can find themselves using marijuana legally for medical purposes in compliance with their state law, while simultaneously violating federal law. I know, this is pretty messed up. So, unfortunately, since medical marijuana is illegal on the federal level, it is not tax deductible as a medical expense, according to the IRS. Given the growing trend toward legalization of marijuana at the state level, federal lawmakers have introduced proposals to align with the states, but as of yet, the proposals have gone up in smoke. Before I tell you how to deduct medical expenses on your tax return, let me give you some background on a revenue ruling dating back to 1997, shortly after California became the first state to legalize medical marijuana. This Internal Revenue ruling specified that an amount paid to obtain a controlled substance, such as marijuana, is not a deductible medical expense, even if state law requires it and the taxpayer obtains a prescription from a physician. Under IRS regulations, the term medicine and drugs includes only items that are legally procured, and that means legally procured under federal law. In the ruling, the taxpayer's purchase and use of medical marijuana was permitted under state law. Moreover, the IRS ruled that a controlled substance such as marijuana obtained in violation of the Federal Controlled Substance Act is not legally procured for purposes of the medical expense deduction rules. Current federal tax law allows a deduction for unreimbursed medical expenses to the extent they exceed a percentage of your adjusted gross income. As a general rule, a deduction is allowed for the cost of a medicine or drug if the medicine or drug is prescribed by a physician. However, medical marijuana is a different story. So, who can deduct medical expenses and how can you deduct them on your personal tax return? How much you can deduct depends on your income. In general, you can deduct qualifying medical expenses that are more than 7.5% of your adjusted gross income for 2021. For example, if your adjusted gross income is $50,000, anything above the first $3,750 of your unreimbursed medical expenses could be deductible. So if you had $10,000 in medical bills, $6,250 of it could be tax deductible. Keep in mind, you have to itemize your deductions to take advantage of this. What does that mean? It means that your itemized deductions must be higher than the standard deduction. You can't get a medical expense deduction if you're not itemizing your deductions, which is calculated on Schedule A, Form 1040. Itemizing your deductions can have its own difficulties, though. You'll have extra paperwork to complete, and you'll need to have documentation to support your deduction in case you're ever audited. So to recap, your allowed medical expense deduction and other itemized deductions will need to exceed the standard deduction in order to be able to deduct medical expenses. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, leave your question below. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button. It means a lot and helps me grow my channel. My name's Noel. I help people who don't have their own personal accountant by answering not so common money, business, and tax questions. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.